White Place. Give a very warm welcome to donal sheehan.
This is a poem I've been doing around this time of the year for the past quarter century. It's self-evident and those who've now been experiencing the passing years. He continued to do the ordinary things in a most ordinary way. His last days preoccupied with saving a field of hay, walking the roads of childhood, salute to neighbour, friend. The best of the told you souls could not predict the awful tragic end. No omens to be found either in the last pork chops he bought for dinner, or his few pints in the local bar. Nobody knew his demons. He fought his own local war. All that can be said for certain is beyond our help and hope. Earth life ended on a warm August night at the end of a calm day. This is from the same period. I don't think I've done it in a long while. There's usually 4 women in a poet's life. There's a long-suffering wife. There's the long-suffering wife. There's the daughter that's always there to cut in and understand. There's the mother, for whom of course could have done much better only for the blasted poetry. And then there's another one on the sidelines, and we won't go into that either. Yesterday I made a poem I attempted to share with my wife in the middle of meal preparation. It got cursory examination with an air of quiet resignation. This and long reconciliation with unused certificates and wasted business opportunity. Love has created another martyr for the poet's cause. My little daughter, sensing a chink in the armour of our usual unity, attempts takes flight. She claims to understand me. Ah, well that I am wise to the ways of women, young and old alike. She has to settle for a compliment, artificial as her feminine guile, and yet sufficient to thank for any inadvertent imparted sincerity. And I should have known better than to have told my mother, and heard of cousins in big comfortable houses, and of men who made a fortune from nothing, and now have a fortune of nothingness, I should add. But the patience and understanding lavished on me through vulnerable years must now be returned gently. And too, there is another, easy in the mind, easy in the eye, with plenty of understanding and much, much else, if only. But the far side of the hill has long been harvested by me, and my circle is complete. Even if, like the old Kerry farmer that's in my bones, I still have an eye for good stock and a fair day. Besides, as I've often told her anyway, exasperation has no basis for a meaningful relationship. Are you listening to me and back to my mother? And there I sit, po-faced, mind on the mockery of my kind, ringing through the long centuries. Contempt for mediocrity, their secret strength, but I find amusement a better shield, and so I listen on. I'll finish another sheet of the one. I've seen the heathers embrace close, concealing the plummeting lark, fleeing the wild sock's swoop on a Kerry mountain. I've heard the red-eared cock lying prone, the sun warm on my back. the bruising of rough ground melting before the lustre of a doe's eye. I have watched the gambolling otter, hidden treetop high, my scent wind flung, outseeing even the evening's chill until moonlight silvered the water. I have walked in sunset meadows in stillness almost real to touch, the smell of new mown hay intoxicating, chewed grass stems tasting like honey. These things transient, timeless, repeating, known to gone on robe, even or sheen, images that gave them the molds to cast their words, images, my comfort in city, starry, stone.
I call this poem The Puritan Maid. It's The Puritan Maid. Deep in the embrace of a meadow and dawn glow, there sits a gentle maid, the purest of maids, by a spring that trickles to a lullaby flow. About her the creatures pant with joy, for the love from her heart vibrates the softest melody. It can make the heather cry. Enchanting her presence, so tender her kiss, with the most loving eyes one could ever see, like pearls of shimmering blue, they seem to caress the passing sentience into tranquil bliss. The nature of all life flows within her veins. She is the Puritan maid, one who has come from the stars far beyond, to base a caring kiss upon the spirit of all.
If I'm a little inarticulate, I was at the dentist this morning and it's still, I don't know what to use, but I'm either getting weaker or the injections are getting stronger. Donal was on, Donal and his women there just remind me about, I remember hearing, in the little boy you can rarely see the man, but in the little girl you can always see the danger of the woman.
Very good.
And so keep me on the touch of, this was just in the book not here, but I'll touch of love. Do my eyes reveal? Sorry, I'm too close to that. Do my eyes reveal the loveliness they see before them? Sometimes I fear they do, and in that revelation expose too soon my need for you. Does my touch betray your hold on me? And though I hold you, it is you hold me, if you but knew it. Do my thoughts convey, unbeknownst to me, my fear of losing you, and in their making construct a path on which you walk away? Do my words embrace your thoughts of me, or make you look beyond the setting sun of my horizon to a new day's dawn? For I've fallen into the pool of your beauty, and though I struggle, I daren't call for help, for fear of being rescued. Last week I read one about some trees that were lost during frost, trees we had for about 30 years. And this poem was meant to follow on. Last week's poem is about the severity of frosts and so on. This then is about the tree that's missing. This one's called Missing Leaves. The tree is gone, the one that brought my eyes towards heaven. Space now fills the place where once it stood. Forgiven is perhaps the axe that felled its lofty form. Frost-infected limbs were dead, and weather forecast storm. Recent times the clouds in mine mocked its skeletal mould. Their worlds of tree-like blooms first dressed, then drifting, self-plucked and left it cold. My companion night and day, we stood against it all. It fanned my face in sunshine beams, outstretched its arms in squall. I have more light now, though natural, it's unreal. Between percipient thoughts and sky, a solid absence feel. Like someone gone, my eyes still gaze, and staring see their space. Though empty, nothing's there, still I somehow see their face. Self-explanatory, it's Oslo 2011, and it's called The Blossom and the Rind. I do not need to probe too deep. Your actions evil, rancid, seep. Fragmented thoughts of shattered glass reflect your failure to amass the goodness found in humankind, like those you slaughtered, left behind. You failed to blossom past the rind. What proof, you ask, holds up my view? Your trail of vengeful spew. Was that the best your manifest, distilled, self-typed, self-centered quest, amounted to when all was done? A savage beast with savage gun. We do not need to probe too deep. Your actions evil, rancid, seep. Fragmented thoughts like shattered glass reflect your failure to amass the good of being humankind. You never blossomed past the rind.
Indeed. And just before I give you a point on ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do just for the sheer respect of Jerry Galvin and his family being with us here tonight. I think it would be rather rude of me if I didn't make some little contribution. Because after all, I've got a dicky boy and I might never know what might be in the end. But before I do anything, I want to announce again Kilmeedy Arts and Culture Night is in Orosida. That's out the road, you'll find it on all the maps. You won't have any difficulty getting out there. And it's on this coming Friday, 5th of August at 8 p.m. Poetry, singing, lots of cracking, and a lot of jolly good cracking. It's in the making for about 28 or 30 years. It's number 28 at the Fair Green. It's a bait, and I'm lying in it, and I start dreaming. I start dreaming on Irish culture and Irish history over the past 200 years. That's what inspired the poem. I'll only read you one page of it. At last I look across the fair green grass of time. An autumn breeze in muse exchanges glances and its chances on the rolling burnock hills, winding their spinal cord of forest, gorse and fern between the Norman Keep at Ballybrack and Killaloo, while the slow dormant city maze rises from this misting shallow base, a walled-in symbol of tortured medieval glory, Georgian paradox and modern sin. I see whirling pigeons descending from a paper sky and rest upon a granite shelf. Seagulls rise above the shallow tide, dive and rise again and scatter, echoing an unrelentless cry of joy that says the rain is here or there, or the rain is going away. I look across the fair green grass. The gull and crow pass each other without a glance, humbling in the earth, driving the worm to its eternal grave. I gaze at the Good Shepherd's golden dome, sparkling with light from a single sun, symbol of the sisters lacing hell, looped, intricate, latched, crossed and tied, a million senile prayers to Mary, Virgin Mary, in a rash and tangled screaming rage of love at war and time's remorse. The orphan in the orphanage plies her trade, held with a Christian cabochon, to her place in this construed eternity. The only alternative, cold nomadic street, always seeking easy prey, hardly the place for a black-skirted virgin with a bow in her hair and a neat white apron with without sin, guarding her bulging pubic front, seeking impetuously, using sometimes in piety, a bed of straw and a warm tree. The wildly, worldly, greedy Limerick pimp would say, but you'll have to pay a token, my pretty one. And she looks at him, so might you if your cotton knickers was wet and sticky from sitting in an icy winter wall. With your hands held out towards heaven and your belly closing in, as you watched your grotesque Christian fellows stalk you like Satan or Sparrowhawk, waiting for you to weaken or to